What a day to be a Leafs fan. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, all the stress we had this morning and in the afternoon about the William Nylander deal and all that kind of stuff. And that gets solved by 5 o'clock, and we're all like, oh my God, we can breathe. Now, this team could put a win together tonight against the Minnesota Wild. It would just top it all off, and we can all go to sleep on a Saturday night and just be happy. And the Leafs go out there in Minnesota, no matter how they played, they came away with the victory 5-3. And the Buds have now won 4 straight games. They're 19-8, and they are just sitting 1 point back of the Tampa Bay Lightning for first place in the Atlantic Division, 1 point back in the Eastern Conference, and 1 point back for the best record in the National Hockey League. This team is playing so well right now. The addition of Austin Matthews, of course, is making the big, adding to already what is a great offense. And it doesn't take long, guys. Leafs get a power play there 6 minutes in, and you do not want to do that because Mitch Marner feeds across to Austin Matthews, and this puck was not along the ice. It was kind of a saucer, but it did not go down. Austin Matthews, out of midair, has to knock it down and then rip it past Devan Dubnyk for his 13th of the year, third since coming back, which was only 2 games ago. He's already got 4 points in 2 games since returning. Mitch Marner, Morgan Riley grab assists, and the Leafs have the early 1-0 lead. 6 minutes after that, 12 minutes in, Tyler Ennis tries to center the puck. It looks like it goes off the stick of the defender, and it goes over Devan Dubnyk and into the top corner. Look, the Leafs' luck has been all right lately. There's just been a lot of skill lately, but not a lot of lucky bounces. And what we saw in this one was Tyler Ennis scoring his 4th goal of the year. Par Lindholm, Travis Dermott grab assists on that, and the Leafs get a 2-0 lead. We're only midway through the first period. This is amazing. Problem, and we talked about it over and over again, guys. We talk about the first 5 and the last 5 of a period, and I'm just going to readjust that for you guys. There we go. In the last 31 seconds of the first period, Eric Stahl scores to cut that lead to 2-1. That's a problem. Because now they have you had the 2-0 lead, the momentum and all that in the first period. Yeah, shots were 11-8 in the first, but you had the 2-0 lead and you wanted to go into the break with that 2-0 lead. Instead, it's a 2-1 game after 1. We go to the second period just 5 minutes in, 5:17 in. What is it? Jordan Greenway, I think his name is. Jordan Greenway, the Leafs drafted his brother J.D. Greenway, I think it was, in the second round a few years ago. He scores his 4th goal of the year, and we're tied. The momentum shifted so much that they tied the game in the second period. The Leafs, look, in this game, they didn't play all that well, but they got the victory, and really that's all that matters in the long run. And with just over 5 minutes to play, Mitch Marner fires a puck at the net, and that's never a bad thing. Why? Zach Hyman is there to tip it over Devan Dubnyk and into the back of the net as the Leafs take the lead back. It is now 3-2. It's exactly what you want to see. We go to the third period. The Leafs are getting pummeled all over the place, and Freddie Anderson is making big save after big save, trying to keep this team in it as best he can. Problem is, though, they go a quick pass in tight, and look, Freddie couldn't get to the post quick enough as Jason Zucker pots in his 8th goal of the year, and we're tied at 3, and we're all like, no. But we're tied. It's okay. We're not losing. It's all right. It's only a tied game. We've seen this before. And with about less than 4 minutes, about 3:20 to play in the third period, the luck strikes again. Nazem Kadri takes a shot from a terrible angle. It hits their defender's chest, and it goes into the net as the Leafs take the 4-3 lead with just over 3 minutes to play. Connor Brown, Andreas Johnsson get assists on that. By the way, Connor Brown made a heck of a play in that one, cutting down the wing. And it was a quick stutter stop. I don't know what he did, but he lost the defender, and that set up the entire play. That was a great play by Connor Brown there to start that play out. Kadri with his 8th, and that guy's had no luck lately, hitting post after getting robbed, and we're like, this guy cannot buy a goal. And then he scores a greasy one there, and I mean, you know what? He doesn't care because the Leafs take the lead. He scores a goal. He's jacked up. He doesn't care how it goes in. And then with under a minute to play, obviously the pressure flowing. Freddie had to make a giant toe save. I think it was against Zucker again. I'm not too sure about that. And then Zach Hyman out-muscles Ryan Suter and then comes down on a breakaway on the empty net and buries it for his 6th of the year. Ideally, like 3 of them are empty netters. But it doesn't matter to him. Why? Because he sealed the deal there with just under a minute to play as the Leafs come away with the 5-3 victory. So like I said off the top, they didn't play all that well. Shots were 41-23. I mean, ideally, the first period, the Leafs were all right. They were getting their quality chances. And look, as we talked about in the Nylander video, as we talked about in all these Leaf videos, shots on goal for the most part is a meaningless stat. It's the amount of times the puck gets shot onto the goaltender. So you take a full ice shot, half ice, whatever you guys want to say, and it hits the goaltender, it's a save. But robbing a guy point blank, that's also one save. It's the same thing. So yeah, 41-23 is a giant margin. But the Leafs had the quality of chances and also some lucky bounces, and they win for 5-3 over the Minnesota Wild. And Freddie Anderson, guys, he is my player of the game. I know Matthews scored. Zach Hyman technically scored 2 goals in the game, but really, Freddie Anderson 3 goals on 41 shots. I don't even know what the heck I'm reading right now. 3 goals on 41 shots for Frederik Andersen. He had an impeccable game once again, and the Leafs find a way to come out with a victory. So, we saw the Instagram post, the tweet, all that stuff from William Nylander. He's going home. That's the quote. Love it, seeing his hockey bag. So the question will be, will he be in the lineup there on Tuesday against the Buffalo Sabres? I don't know. I do not know. Now, this is going to be a really interesting game on Tuesday for a few reasons. Number one, Buffalo is on a back-to-back coming back from Nashville. So that's a long truck for them to play the next night against the Leafs, who don't play until then, starting tonight. So they'll be probably traveling there, probably tomorrow, and still have an entire day and a half to rest. So it's going to be good for the Leafs, and it'll really be good for William Nylander to get back into the Leafs blue and white jerseys and on the ice with the guys, and kind of get in that nice little routine, nice little groove that he used to have, and to put him out there against one of the top teams in the Eastern Conference in the Buffalo Sabres, it's going to be a fun one. And I don't know what to expect. Buffalo's been so bad for so many years, and kudos to Sabre fans who are still around after all of this. I mean, my goodness, you guys have gone through a ton of garbage with this team, missing out on the first overall pick twice, Aaron Ekblad and Connor McDavid. But Jack Eichel's a pretty darn good second, if I may add. And this is going to be a dogfight of a game, because usually Leaf fans dominate. I don't know what the heck the arena's called now. It's changed so many darn times. KeyBank Center. Usually the Leaf fans dominate that because it's so close to the border, obviously. But the Buffalo Sabres are good now. And they're playing some great hockey. Yeah, they've lost a couple games. They lost one in overtime to, I think it was Tampa. And then they lost another one. But you're bound to lose some games. However, the Leafs are coming in red hot, having won 4 straight. And they have a goaltender who's playing out of his mind. So, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens on Tuesday. We know about the Kadri Ristolainen blood that's always out there. They always chirp. They always go at it at least once a game. So what's it going to be like? It's going to be a fun atmosphere, that's for darn sure. But we have some days to kind of ease up and get fired up for it. I know you guys are. But you know what, guys? That is going to do it for this one. You guys enjoyed this video, and you guys enjoyed the win once again today. Smack that like button to appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below, guys. Who's your player of the game? I think we all can agree that Freddie Anderson deserves, well, at least I can say that Freddie Anderson deserves my player of the game. Who is yours? Let me know in the comments. Would you give it to Hyman? Would you give it to Matthews? Would you give it to Freddie Anderson? Any other guys that you want to give a shout out to as your MVP, guys, go right ahead. And I will talk to you guys. Evan and I will talk to you guys. It could be next Saturday podcast edition, but it's sometime next week podcast edition. Link is in the description for the podcast channel and for the podcast itself on iTunes, guys. Twitter is also down below. Follow up, send me a DM, do all that great stuff. And I will talk to you guys Raptors edition very shortly, as they won as well. What a day at Toronto sports. I mean, my God, this is fantastic. As they beat the Cavaliers in Cleveland. It wasn't a pretty one, but they found a way to get a victory, and that's really all that matters in the end against a team like Cleveland. And as for the Buds, guys, we talk to you guys Leafs edition Tuesday night, 7:30 puck drop at the KeyBank Center as the Leafs take on the Sabres in Buffalo. It's going to be a fight. Matthews, Eichel, Nylander, Sam Reinhart, I don't know. The Leafs got too many weapons now. We're going to have to wait and see how this thing goes. But, and they're on a back-to-back, so it might be favorable towards the Leafs, but you got to come out and play as hard as you can no matter what, all right? So we'll talk to you guys then, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you guys then.